The challenge we have is how to use arts to deal with very complex issues like governance. How can we make it accessible for the audience? So we ask ourselves the question, can we create an incomplete artwork that will be completed by the audience? And so, IPS Prism, the immersive arts experience, was born. So in the process, then we started to think of ideas whereby audience have to constantly ask themselves, what's the future going to be like? The second question is, what kind of government do you want? And the third question is, what kind of role do you want to play in governance? With these questions, we actually then came up with the various activities that actually require the audience to participate. Through this entire journey, we will be giving them a passport, and as they go through different portals, they make a chop. Each chop means they are considering the questions seriously. And then after going through all the stations, they ask themselves the last question, where are we going from here? One of the main portals that the audience must go through is the useless exhibition. In this portal, you have to consider what is useful now may be useless in the year 2022. That choice becomes very important because with that choice, you are deciding for yourself what are the values, what are the things that you still want to keep in Singapore. That is our vision for the future. The second portal is to ask themselves what are the model politicians and model people they want to be. What kind of attributes they want for our future politicians, as well as attributes that they want for themselves as they move into the year 2022.
Chit chop chop chop. You know, we wanted, just by the name itself, to give people this sense that it was going to be casual. We only allowed our guests 10 minutes for a presentation, after which everybody could jump into the fray and start having a robust discussion. The future screens, tomorrow scenes, ideas. We wanted the audience to put themselves in the shoes of what the TV viewers of 2022 might watch, and packing ideas about national conscription, about seniors. What if those were the new norms of 2022?
Sing Along Song is a portal whereby audience participate in our national pastime, singing. Here we use 3 very familiar national songs. We rewrite the lyrics according to the 3 scenarios that the IPS has given to us.
Now the first song is gonna be about Sing a Store. It's all about wealth. It's all about materialistic things, okay? Believing the fact that, you know, the more you have, the happier you'll be. We are happy workers, you and I. What we are is what we buy. Count on us to want the very best, especially from the West. Sing a give, right? It's about what the government gives you. Now we're home. Finally, it's not about the money. Wiki City, okay, where we feel, what if the government wasn't enough? And therefore, we want to take things into our own hands. The people, the power to the people. Everybody now. I was singer, good on our own way, different but as one way more.
Through the singing, they start to reflect which scenario speaks to them. The other portal is the Forum Theatre play, Wouldn't It Be Nice? In this play, we have Singaporeans facing a major crisis in the year 2022.
That we should be working together.
Oh, no wonder I hear about people clashing with police.
Hey, we are doing it peacefully, okay?
Nick.
Hey,
The audience will come up and replace this character and try to solve the crisis, reflecting the kind of values that they want in terms of governance in the future.
They managed to try and transport us into a crisis situation where the raw issues will emerge.
Since everybody had good intentions, but if everybody did the things according to what they thought was right, then somehow or other the whole thing may not turn out right.
It was tough.
Actually, I felt very lost. It didn't really go out the way I wanted it to be because you can't help everyone.
Definitely, I think I learned something new. And I think it helps you to break off from the comfort zone.
I was quite surprised actually that Singaporeans were actually quite forthcoming.
It's vibrant and it's open and it's spontaneous and it's different. It's not filtered, it's natural. And I think that's wonderful.
I think the best thing about it is that they don't all agree.
I cannot fully endorse what Nick's action, but likewise I cannot see a way through when the government has lost the trust of the people.
And there is a capacity to say, okay, he thinks differently, but I'm willing to say what I say because that difference matters, rather than I should shut up because since I don't agree, then people think I'm wrong. So I think that makes it very hopeful. Today's example. There was an 8-year-old child in the audience for Forum Theatre who wanted to say something. Now you may say he's an exceptional child, but he's there and he's saying something.
But if you give to the government, what's the point of giving to the government if the government will give it back to you?
A round of applause for Max, please.
There are 8-year-olds who have written post-its on here. In 10 years' time, they're going to be 18. If they started doing this when they're 8, that's a good thing.
What I find most interesting about it is thought-provoking.
It is good to know what is going on in Singapore and knowing things that we foresee in the future in 2022.
Truly, the best people to describe alternative futures are the people in the artistic universe. These are the people who can actually talk about alternative futures much, much better. And this is why I'm very glad of this partnership that we have put up with the Drama Box and others to get this project going.
The IPS Prism survey is what participants encounter towards the end of their journey, and really it's a way of capturing what the audience feel and what they're thinking about their values about governance in Singapore. And I mean, apart from the survey and this formal piece of research, I think one of the great values of this kind of work also is that people who come to the space actually interact with one another and are already giving their views to one another, and there's healthy dialogue and discussion happening there, and that also is a very rich form of research. So we have both.
So at the end of the journey, we want the audience to ask, where do I want to go? How do I get there? And what's my role in this great big adventure? And hopefully we can also all learn to question a little better, because questioning is always seen as undermining, but that's not the intent. The intent really is to raise the level of awareness about the value of participation and the conviction to do it.
At the end of everything, we really hope that the audience would want to participate in imagining what their future to be like. And importantly, to get used to this idea of discussing what is important to us. It is about us starting to imagine a future that we can create together. Ultimately, it is a project where all Singaporeans have a stake in it. And in order to claim a stake, you must make your voice heard. And through all the activities that require all this participation, you are actually making your voice heard.